guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Bagpipes from Baghdad.
Okay, I
You-
know this one. Yeah, you play this a lot.
Yeah, I like this song
Yeah,
a lot.
good.
Yes. As I mentioned, when this album first came out, I wasn't listening to any music really, but
Yeah,
I didn't like this. I thought it was weird. This song in particular, the accent's so fucking heavy. I was like, what is this? But it's one of my favorite songs now.
yeah.
Yes.
That's so funny how that happened.
Yes.
Okay, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. Links in the description below, and our usernames down there.
And as we will see, this is a diss to Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon.
I never paid attention to that. It is?
Yeah, it's like the first line of the song. You'll see. It's good. All right. Bagpipes from Baghdad.
Crunch, red wine for breakfast and for brunch, and to soak it up and in between snack crackers to munch. Mariah, what's ever happened to us? Why did we have to break up? All I asked for was a glass of punch. You see, I never really asked for much. I can't imagine what's going through your mind after such a nasty breakup with that Latin hunk. Luis Miguel, Nick Cannon, but the back the fuck up. I'm not playing, I want to back your punk. This is Hello Kitty bedspread, satin funk mixed with Egyptian with a little rap and punk. Zapping, Eric Clapton, Shaffring, Zappa, Crunk, and yeah, baby, I want another crack at ya. You can beat me with any spatula that you want. I mean, I really want your badger, cunt. Nick, you had your fun. I've come to kick you when you sack a jump. Man, I could use a fresh batch of blood. So prepare your vernacular for Dracula, acupunk. Bagpipes.
All right. So there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I already have the lyrics pulled up on my phone because, like normal,
Like normal.
yeah,
As
these,
always, the lyrics are wrong in the videos.
yes, they are. So he starts off with his little intro here. He's like, "Oh, it's music to my ears," which again, the song is obviously called "Bagpipes from Baghdad," and that's what it sounds like. It's a very Middle Eastern sounding beat. You know what I mean?
But is that like supposed to be um like a joke? Because aren't bagpipes though that those are Irish, right?
Or Scottish.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. They may have their own, but I've always associated them with like the Scottish or Irish.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
what's funny about you saying that is so he's doing his little accents here and he's like, "Oh, it's music to my ears. Oh man, how can I describe the way I feel?" And then he says, "Fucking great, man." But the way he says it
Yeah, he
sounds
says
like,
it's like a Scottish
yeah,
person.
does sound Scottish.
So yeah, I don't think I can look it up. You keep talking, I'll look it up.
What if there's bagpipes in the Middle East?
Yeah, Middle Eastern bagpipe.
Not sure. But yeah, so you definitely get that vibe from this beat. I'm not sure if Dr. Dre, I don't know who made it actually, but it definitely has that feel.
So yeah, it's called a haban, and it's a type of bagpipe used in the coastal regions of the Persian Gulf, especially in Kuwait. So bagpipes are definitely a Baghdad thing. They're just not called bagpipes.
And knowing that, they're probably like more native there than Scotland. Do you know what I mean? Like the Middle East has been around forever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Whereas like
well,
the
I know that, but I
the,
didn't know.
the European
So you think
continents were
Scotland stole the haban?
could be.
Hmm,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, he says, "Fucking great, man. Okay, let me see. How could I begin?" And then it starts off, "Locked in Mariah's wine cellar. All I had for lunch was okay." So what do you the
Play
le-
it again if you're confused.
so it's not I don't think I'm confused. I think he's saying red wine right? But everywhere I look at the lyrics, it's saying bread wine, like
I
bread,
think he
comma,
does
wine.
say red wine.
That's what I hear. I've always heard that. So let's play.
Locked in Mariah's wine cellar, all I had for lunch was red wine, more bread wine, and Captain Crunch. Red
I did hear the B that time, and I never do.
Yeah.
lunch was red wine, more bread wine, and Captain Crunch. Red
I feel like who would actually I'm gonna have some bread and then some wine and then some bread and then some wine and then some Captain Crunch. Like I feel like if you're gonna rap, you're gonna be like, we're just drinking red wine and that's it.
Well, yeah.
Especially if you're trying to portray her as an alcoholic.
Yeah, which is what he's obviously doing. So, I mean, so I always heard red wine the whole time. But when we just listened to it now, the second time he said I did hear the B in bread
Yeah, I
wine.
did a little bit too.
So either way, the implication's the same. Was bread wine, more bread wine, and Captain Crunch, red wine for breakfast and for brunch, and to soak it up and in between snack crackers to munch.
It's just confusing though, because you're already being like semi-responsible and eating bread with your wine, having more bread with your wine. That's soaking it up. Crackers aren't even gonna do anything. The bread, like you're good.
Yeah, I guess he's just saying that all Mariah does is drink her wine and I guess eat bread. Yeah. And then Captain Crunch.
Get all fat and sassy.
Yeah. And crackers in between.
Mm.
Then he continues, Mariah, whatever happened to us? Why did we have to break up? All I asked for was a glass of punch. So.
Like she broke up with him because he didn't ask for wine.
I just wanted something other than wine. Wanted punch. You see, I never really asked for much. I can't imagine what's going through your mind after such a nasty breakup with that Latin hunk, Luis Miguel. So, if I'm not mistaken, I believe his name is Miguel Luis. I think. It's easily Googleable.
I don't know.
But,
I can look it up.
Yeah, type in Miguel.
And Mariah.
Is it Luis Miguel or is it Miguel Luis?
It's Luis Miguel.
Okay, so I'm
You're
just
just
making
crazy.
shit up. Yeah, made that up. So yeah, he says, I can't imagine what's going through your mind after such a nasty breakup with that Latin hunk, Luis Miguel. Nick Cannon better back the fuck up. I'm not playing. I want her back, you punk.
Are they married at this point, Nick Cannon
So,
and Mariah?
if I'm not mistaken, I believe they just got together around now when the song is, coming out.
Wow.
I don't even think they were married yet. I think they would just started dating, I believe. Although by the time the song came out, who knows? But yeah, it was early on.
It's a random couple.
Because he's still making reference to her breakup with Luis Miguel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nick Cannon better back the fuck up. I'm not playing. I want her back, you punk.
Does he really?
So I don't think so, which makes this song that much funnier. Then he continues, this is Hello Kitty bedspread satin funk mixed with Egyptian with a little rap and punk. So Hello Kitty bedspread satin funk.
Like he's referring to this song?
Yeah, he's saying his flow on this beat is Hello Kitty bedspread satin funk.
So like a little girl?
Yeah.
And smooth?
Yeah, and satin sheets mixed with Egyptian, which
Is soft.
could be a play Egyptian cotton with the bedspread, or it could be like the Middle Eastern type music,
So we're getting soft, comfy, and childish.
Yeah. Mixed with Egyptian with a little rap and punk, right?
Okay.
And then he continues, so the lyrics here are fucked up. He actually says, with a little rap and punk, Zapp and Eric Clapton, Shaft, Frank Zappa, crunk.
So what is Zapp?
Zapp was like a funk band back
It's
in
like
the day.
funk, and then Eric Clapton's kind of like easy listening a little bit, and then
Shaft.
I don't know Shaft at all.
Like the movie Shaft.
It's a movie.
Yeah, they never seen the movie Shaft.
No.
And it was like a show back in the day.
What's the genre?
That's more like kind of like funk.
Okay, so we're like heavy on the funk right now.
And then
Like
Frank,
ABBA.
and then he says, so that's wrong. It's Frank Zappa.
Oh, right. So this is just a very weird flow, I guess.
Yes, that's his point. He's a mix
Yeah.
of all that. And then he calls it crunk, which is funny because none of that's crunk music, you know what I mean? So like rock and funk and
Yeah.
shit. And then he continues, and yeah, baby, I want another crack at ya. You can beat me with any spatula that you want.
Is he insinuating that she would hit him?
Maybe.
Maybe.
And then, I mean, I really want you bad, you cunt. Which I think is so funny. Nick, you've had your fun. I've come to kick you in your sack of junk, which I love that line. It sounds so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he says, man, I could use a fresh batch of blood, so prepare your vernacular for Dracula acupuncture. So,
Such a good
yeah, I
line.
know it's sick.
Like it's like Dracula acupuncture. It's like if like a vampire was like biting you in multiple places. Like it's essentially like doing acupuncture on you. But then like vernacular, like he like Eminem is going to do the Dracula acupuncture by just like hitting you with like crazy raps that like you can't compete with. That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's a really
he's gonna
good
get his
line.
fresh batch of blood from Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he?
I mean, this is kind of, shits on him.
Does Nick Cannon fight back?
He does. He did one recently, like within the last few years, with his Wildin' Out people that
Oh,
was
that's
made
weak
fun of.
that he needed help.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No.
Yeah, everybody shit on him.
The last thing I ever heard that he did song-wise is like, I'm a gigolo,
Yeah,
spending lots of dough.
yeah. That's that's
It's
R. Kelly.
actually a
That's R.
good
Kelly on the hook,
song.
though, right?
Oh, that's probably why I
Yeah,
like it. I was like, it's not a bad
yeah. The
song.
chorus is catchy, but I believe that's R. Kelly on the hook.
I can't remember anything else that
I
he's
think
done.
so. But yeah, Gigolo is the only song I know by him too.
Yeah, but we don't like R. Kelly either because
Yeah.
that's just it's a good song. I can't say it's not.
All right, so we'll pick up here with the chorus.
Your vernacular for Dracula acupuncture. Bagpipes from Baghdad. When will it never cease? For Pete's sakes, he's crazy to say the least. Bagpipes from Baghdad. What's going through my mind? Half the time when I rhyme while blowing up my bagpipes from Baghdad. Somebody turn the vacancy sign on, cause I'm gone blowing up my bagpipes from Baghdad. I run the streets and act like a madman holding a glass. You can be a permanent fixture in my lyrical mixture. I'm the miracle whip, the trickster. My signature sound when the tube of lipstick's around. I'm bound to put it on in an instant. Wow, man, what's an ensemble? What's an assortment of pharmaceuticals? This beautiful pill dust in my palm. Cuticles get residue just from touching the bottle. Never knew I could remind me so much of my mama. I'll cut you like Dharma, pull a butcher knife on you. The size of a sword, boy, I'm like the fucking red Sonja. Get it stuck in your cornea, nice knowing you, Norman. You're so fucking annoying. Drop the shovel, boy, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I ain't playing no fucking war. Nick Cannon, you prick, I wish you luck with the fucking whore. Every minute there's a sucker born. Snuck up on Malachi, made the motherfucker suck on a struck of corn. Shuck a corn, shuck a corn. Hit Jason in the face with a hockey puckin'. Told him it's fucking on. Man, what the fuck are you doing? You're running over the snow blower with the lawnmower. Blow on your bagpipe.
What?
It's a wild verse. Each verse like gets progressively
Yeah, like
wilder.
what?
Yeah, I love this song. All right, so the chorus. So I feel like a couple of the words are fucked up in the chorus here, so I'm just going to read them from my phone. So it's bagpipes from Baghdad. When will it ever cease? For Pete's sakes, he's crazy to say the least.
Okay, it's about Eminem.
Bagpipes from Baghdad. What's going through my mind half the time when I rhyme or blowing up like bagpipes from Baghdad?
Okay.
Somebody turn the vacancy sign on, 'cause I'm gone, blowing on my bagpipes from Baghdad. I run the streets and act like a madman, holding a glad, it gets cut off. It's glad bag, which
Yeah, that's what I thought.
is how it would rhyme. But yeah, it does get cut off, so you don't actually hear him say bag. So yeah, he's crazy to say the least. It's never ending. When's it gonna end? What's going through his mind? He's just blowing on the bagpipes like a lunatic.
And he's not even that there's a vacancy sign in his head.
Yeah, because he's gone.
So
He's out of his mind. And I run the streets and act like a madman holding a glad bag. So I guess he's looking for bodies to put in the bag.
or he's just running around with a glad bag.
Yeah.
It's like, ha, glad bag.
Yes. All right, in verse 2. He says, "You can be a permanent fixture in my lyrical mixture. I'm the miracle whip trickster." So he could be a permanent fixture in his lyrical mixture. So he's just going to constantly be rapping about you. And then he's the miracle whip trickster.
Ew,
So,
I don't like Miracle Whip.
yeah. So he's a
Gross.
trickster that I guess likes Miracle Whip.
Don't like Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says, my signature sound when the tube of lipsticks are round, so not surround, when the tube of lipstick is around, I'm bound to put it on in an instant. Wow.
So he's gonna wear lipstick?
If there's a tube of lipstick around, he's going to put it on in an instant. Wow. And then he says,
Same in that sense.
yeah. He says, wow, man, what an ensemble, what an assortment of pharmaceuticals. This beautiful pill dust in my palm. Cuticles get residue just from touching the bottle. Never knew I could remind me so much of my mama. So, yeah, he's got a whole bunch of pharmaceuticals, beautiful pill dust in his palm. His cuticles get residue just from touching the bottle. There's that much pill dust. Pills.
Jays.
And
Jays.
reminds himself of his mom. And then he continues, I'll cut you like Dahmer, pull a butcher knife on you.
Dahmer was good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The size of a sword boy. I'm like the fucking Red Sonja.
When I say that, I mean the show.
Yeah. So he said, I'll cut you like Dahmer, pull a butcher knife on you, the size of a sword boy. I'm like the fucking Red Sonja.
What's a Red Sonja?
It's like a comic book character.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a manga thing?
So more like a DC or Marvel, like, one of those.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it either.
Yeah.
I know it from this song, But yeah, apparently she has a sword, the size of a knife, the size of a sword. So that's the difference.
Wouldn't it just be a sword?
So he says, I'll pull a butcher knife on you, the size of a sword, boy.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's saying it's the size.
I
of a
forgot
sword.
that we were talking about the lyrics, that we were talking about the Red Sonja superhero thing. And
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that his knife is the size of a sword. I'm like, huh? I get it now.
And then he says, get it stuck in your cornea. Nice knowing you, Norman. So I guess Norman. So he did Dahmer. It was Norman Bates, right? You're so fucking annoying. Drop the shovel, boy. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I ain't playing no fucking more. Nick Cannon, you prick. I wish you luck with the fucking whore.
Now he's over it.
He's another shot at, yeah. Now he doesn't want her back anymore. He says, whatever. I wish you luck. Every minute there's a sucker born. So again, he's saying, you're a sucker for being with her. And then he says, snuck up on Malachi and made the motherfucker suck on a shuck of corn.
Who's Malachi?
So I believe this is a reference to the movie The Children of the Corn.
Oh.
So yeah, the guy's name was Malachi. So snuck up on Malachi and made the motherfucker suck on a shuck of corn. So he did Dahmer, Norman, Norman Bates, Malachi from Children of the Corn. So all horror movie killer type people. And then he continues, says shucka corn, which is kind of like a play on like Shaka Khan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And then he says, hit Jason in the face with a hockey puck and told him it's fucking on. Another horror movie reference. Now, what the fuck are you doing? You're running over the snowblower with the lawnmower, blowing on your... And then we get into the chorus. Yes, we'll pick it up here. Running over the snowblower with the lawnmower.
Lawnmower, blow on your bagpipes from Baghdad. When will it ever cease? For Pete's sake, he's crazy to say the least. Bagpipes from Baghdad. What's going through my mind? Half the time when I rhyme while blowing on my bagpipes from Baghdad. Somebody turn the vacancy sign on, cause I'm gone blowing on my bagpipes from Baghdad. I run the streets and act like a madman holding a glad bag. In the bed with your brain dead lesbian vegetable. testicles. I bet you they become heterosexual. Nothing will stop me from molesting you. Titty fucking you to your breast. Nipple flesh tickles my testicles, is what they said to the two conjoined twins. How's it going, girlfriends? You need a boyfriend? You need some ointment? Just set up an appointment. Who's gonna see the doctor first? We'll do a coin flip. I just got my 1 year sobriety coin chip. When the bad get going, how bad does the going get? Baby, you shouldn't have any trouble rubbing groins with each other, especially when you're joined at the hip. I'm going to get the needle and thread from the sewing kit and attempt to separate them and stitch them back at the loin shit. Lure the little boy with the chocolate chips ahoy chip. Cookie looky even took me a Polaroid. Bagpipes from back.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What?
it's my favorite verse. It's wild. So yeah, we did the chorus again, and then verse 3. So he comes in, says, "In the bed with two brain dead lesbian vegetables. I bet you they become heterosexual. Nothing will stop me from molesting you. Titty fucking you till your breast nipple flesh tickles my testicles."
Oh my gosh.
So the fucking I don't even know what word I'm looking for. The syllables in that rhyme, just in that one line, the "nothing will stop me from molesting you, titty fucking you till your flesh till your breast nipple flesh tickles my testicles." There's so many fucking rhyming syllables in there.
Yeah.
It's insane. But yeah, so he's in bed with two brain dead lesbian vegetables, so they're brain dead, and I guess they're not moving. He said, "I bet you they become heterosexual. Nothing's gonna stop me from molesting you, titty fucking you to your breast nipple flesh tickles my testicles," is what they said. Is it what they said or what I
I think
said?
it's what I
What I
said,
said to the two
right?
conjoined. Yeah, that's what I think so. Let's see. Yeah, is what I said to the two
Yeah.
conjoined twins. And then he said, "How's it going, girlfriends? You need a boyfriend?" Funny they says
I don't think
girlfriends.
they need a boyfriend.
He said, "You need some ointment. Just set up an appointment.
Ew.
Who's going to see the doctor first? We'll do a coin flip." So it's funny because they're conjoined, but he's like, "Oh, who's going to see me first?" We'll do a coin flip. And then he says, "I just got my 1 year sobriety coin chip," which is funny because
Yes.
it was true at this time, but it's just so funny to put that in the middle of this scheme right here.
Yeah. Like,
It's so
okay.
funny. Then he says, "When the bad get going, how bad does the going get? Baby, you shouldn't have any trouble rubbing groins with each other, especially when you're joined at the hip." So I don't
That
even
would
know.
probably make it very difficult.
Yeah, I know. And then he says, "I'm going to get the needle and thread from the sewing kit and attempt to separate them and stitch them back at the loins." Shit. So he's gonna stitch them together at the loins. I guess their crotch.
Yeah. Oh God.
And then these lyrics are wrong here too. So it says, "Lure," Lure, "lure the little boy with the chocolate chip."
No,
So
no.
this is fucked up. "Lure the little boy with the chocolate chips ahoy chip. Cookie, looky, even took me a Polaroid pic." So he's
Ew.
luring the little boy with chocolate chip cookies, and then he says, "Look, even took me a Polaroid pic."
No.
The little boy that he lured.
Ew.
And then we'll just let it play out here.
Okay.
Even took me a Polaroid. Bagpipes from Baghdad. When will it ever cease? For Pete's sake, he's crazy to say the least. Bagpipes from Baghdad. What's going through my mind? Half the time when I rhyme while blowing up my bagpipes from Baghdad. Somebody turn the vacancy sign on, cause I'm gone blowing up my bagpipes from Baghdad. I run the streets and act like a madman, holding a glad bag of bagpipes from Baghdad.
So yeah, he was doing at the end there, he was going,
Yeah.
So that's like a Middle Eastern thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hum Hamdulillah, a
Mm-hmm.
phrase Arabs use when they are relieved when they get something off their chest.
They say that in that song that was popular a few years ago.
Hamdulillah, that one.
Yeah, it was like Ride with the
Plain
Money.
Jane by ASAP Ferg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that song. Yeah, Hamdulillah. So he's doing it in auto tune. So genius here, which is what I had the lyrics pulled up on. They're explaining the Hamdulillah part. They were
Yeah.
saying he's also poking fun at auto tune by
He's also doing it like
doing
real
it.
fucked up. Like he sounds like he's like drunk.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So, bagpipes from Baghdad.
So yeah, I don't remember the verses being that crazy. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, the raps are good. Like a
Yeah.
lot of effort was put into this. It's very clear. The beat's awesome. Very awesome. You can appreciate it for being a good song.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, definitely one of his like jokey songs.
Yeah. So it says it's produced by Trevor Lawrence Jr. and Dr. Dre. So Dr.
Okay.
Dre's in on it.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
Yeah, I love this song. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about this or the whole album in general, but yeah, this is great. It's you really so I mean his past music is all incredible, but to me this album in particular is where he just goes to a whole nother level with like his skill set. Um in this one, like the story in this album, the storyline where he gets like in the dark, like serial
Yeah.
killer stuff, he does that a lot. So a lot of those themes were in here, but the the rhyming, the complexity is like just amplified so much. This song in particular, like
Yeah,
that
it's
one
good.
line. It's so this the fucking funny line though, where he's talking about like he's like, wait, nothing will stop me from molesting you. Like that whole thing,
Yeah.
the fucking the syllables, the rhyming is so fucking intense. Like if we had one of those videos that show the syllables,
Oh
if you
yeah.
just look at
Each connecting
how
syllable.
many internal rhymes there were just in that one bar, it was fucking crazy. Yeah, it's very technical and it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it though.
Well, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.